Hey everyone, Tyler here at The Movie Beat, back with another video update. I just had another amazing experience at the movie theaters here in South Korea. Thank you to the CGV Signature-K event. If you want some details on what this event is, I have a video on it that kind of goes over the different films. It's an event that's pretty much lasted all summer long so far. Every month is a different theme. Anyways, go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description box. This month's theme is Life is Black, and I was really looking forward to it. They were supposed to have two other surprise announcements. It looks like that is not going to come. So it's going to be Die Bad from Ryoo Seung-wan, his 2000 first feature film, as well as The Man from Nowhere in 2010. So I just checked out Die Bad 4K remaster in the cinemas. It was an incredible experience. I have seen this film before. It was one of the first Korean films that I sort of imported on DVD back in the day. It introduced me to the director Ryoo Seung-wan, obviously an incredible first feature-length film, but also that sort of gritty Korean crime gangster type action that we see, spinning roundhouse kicks to the face in a street brawl. It seems like everybody kind of has a certain understanding of Taekwondo or something like that. It was just amazing, and it blew my mind, and it was one of the reasons why I really just went straight into South Korean cinema to explore. I wanted more. So I want to start by showing you this awesome exclusive ticket that the event let me pick up after my screening. This is one of their special tickets here. So we see number 12 here. This is the 12th Signature-K film so far. They all have a little illustration, one of the main characters or something from the film. So here we see actor Ryoo Seung-wan in one of the final sequences. So spoiler alert, great shot there. Always a little image or some kind of item from the film. I like how they used that billiards cue. Got some of the balls there from the early sequence. It's a pool hall brawl. Awesome. And the back usually has an image. So here we can see the director, Ryoo Seung-wan, and his brother, Ryoo Seung-bum, both who star in this film, and they also play brothers in the film. So awesome. Genre, drama, I would also say action. Original release, July 15th, 2000. Re-released August 11th, 2021. So this 4K remaster was apparently done in 2016, but I believe this is the first time that it has come back into theaters for people to experience how it was meant to be seen. Actors Ryoo Seung-wan, Ryoo Seung-bum. It also has a bunch of other actors who you will recognize who have gone on to do some pretty incredible things. So that is fun to also go back and see those faces. So to introduce this film for you guys who are unfamiliar, Ryoo Seung-wan's first feature-length film is bleak, brutal, gritty, and ultimately a powerful journey into a chaotic, male-dominated world of teenage angst going awry. So this is where decisions are being made between bad and worse that lead characters down a dark and dangerous path of no return. It's a hell of an early showcase of the director's talents that really helped launch him into the upper echelons of the filmmaking business here in Korea. Of course, he went on to make films like The Unjust, Berlin File, The Battleship Island, the recent Escape from Mogadishu, Veteran, so he's really made it, you guys. Many of the director's films take place in a dog-eat-dog world. They feature down-and-out characters who find themselves compromised in some way or another that usually forces them to use violence as their one and only perceived path to salvation. Of these films, Die Bad, in my opinion, is his most raw and uncompromising by far. Die Bad unfolds in 4 distinct chapters, all uniquely stylized to shed light on varying corners of the film's broad range of themes by focusing on specific moments of destructive behavior or decision-making among the core characters. From engaging in adolescent street brawls to the day-in, day-out carnage between criminal organizations and their dust-ups with the law, Die Bad redraws the traditional lines between good and evil by pitting its characters in a world where one must choose between the better of two evils. each with their own set of dire consequences. This movie just does it all for me. I love it. Now, for the 4K remaster, it is important to note that this film was shot on 16mm. It's always had a very dingy, kind of dirty look to it. Grain is heavy. There's a lot of kind of murky shots where the color's a little bit blurred, all intended really to reinforce its just dirty, gritty story. Now, this 4K remaster was a massive improvement to the DVD. Not only were the shots just more clear, the detail was on point, but the colors were spot on. Even though it was like a neon light or a light coming in through the window, all of that was just balanced perfectly. And it was especially noticed just how much of an upgrade the picture quality is in the final sequence, the all black and white sequence, the actual sequence, which is the title of the film. It just looked so good. Now, this is definitely a film that is not meant to look clean and pretty, so we've got some white specks here and there, very heavy grain. It's just kind of a dingy looking movie, but beautifully dingy now that it was with this 4K remaster. And wouldn't it just be amazing if we could get a Ryoo Seung-wan, the early years box set? Something like what Third Window Films did with Toshiaki Toyoda set. They've got an early years, they've got another new one coming out. Ryoo Seung-wan more than deserves this. I cannot imagine the Korean New Wave without him. So these are the films I'm hoping or I think would make a perfect set. And whoever comes up with this, trust me, the money is there. But it would include Die Bad, City of Violence, Crying Fist, and throw in No Blood, No Tears. Let's just make it a beautiful, gritty, early years violence set. Please, Blu-ray gods, put that together. That is the way to see it. And speaking of Toyota, if you've seen his film Blue Spring, this film Die Bad sort of reminds me of that film in a lot of ways. Similar levels of angst, similar levels of frustration being manifest in some kind of violent way. So those men these young men at the school in Blue Spring, Die Bad is sort of like what their lives might be like if they were when they're outside of school. So with their family, hanging out with their friends, different things like that. So obviously in a Korean setting, but similar in a lot of those darker ways. So if you like Blue Spring, you'll definitely love Die Bad. If you can wait for this 4K remaster, it is the way to experience it, in my opinion. Definitely, I love this movie. So I rate it a 8.5 out of 10. Definitely give me your thoughts on Die Bad if you have seen it, or if you would love that box set. I mean, come on, that's a must buy if that ever came out. That would be Blu-ray set of the year, in my opinion. So thanks again, as always, for tuning in. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Tyler at The Movie Beat. Keep watching movies.